Welcome YouTube. Uh, right here, quiet. You can hear me, you can see me, quiet somewhere in a quiet place. So last video that you have saw me was I was doing a 21-day challenge. So I have a playlist. You can go check that playlist right now. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get to 500 subscribers. So this one is quite different. So I am going to point out 5 points from real life and 5 points from fantasy life. This is everything that I'll be saying right now to you. Real life based on actual event, people, and experiences. Two, consequences have action, real world consequences, both positive and negative. Three, limitation bound by physical and societal constraint. Four, uh, emotional depth, complex emotions, and genuine connection. Five, personal growth, opportunities for self improvement and learning. So, to the first part, let's go to personal life, reality life, based on actual events, people, and experiences. What I can say to that first part is we actually get into a person, we actually bump into another person who's quite older than you, who's quite more experienced than you, who's quite been in the field of that quite of a thing or that quite of a specific thing, and he actually taught you, and you actually had a conversation with this person, and you actually have something for yourself. Two, consequences have action, real world consequences, both positive and negative. So from these consequences that you have actually picked from that person is you uh, you can actually express these consequences in actually a positive or a negative way, uh, or maybe you can actually say think in a quite of a changing a person's life or in quite of destroying a person's life. So believe you have heard me. Three, limitations bound by physical and societal constraint. Okay, limitations, limit. It's a limitation, limit. Yeah, that's it. From limitations, you actually have to limit what you eat. You actually have to limit yourself from certain people or certain group of people because they are quite toxic, or you wanna limit yourself with those people. Maybe you have ideas, but you quite have your own ideas that is quite kicking them. It's quite right, but it quite doesn't link, or it quite links in a way, but you're using their information, you're using their ideas to quite generate your own ideas. Four, emotional depth, complex emotions, and genuine connections. Emotional depth, complex emotions. You quite get into a complex emotions. You quite wake up and then you want to do something. Maybe these emotions quite generates you into a happy emotions, or these emotions quite give you one of the bad emotions. Maybe you want to kill someone, which can be quite dangerous for a person to quite get into an aggressive emotions, or a person can get into, maybe he received a message from school, maybe you are accepted from school, maybe you got a new work, maybe you had a job interview yesterday, so you're quite excited for that quite of emotions, so which can be quite a complex emotion that you actually go into, and you build a genuine connection with that person. You actually see someone and then you want to talk, you want to ask his name, you want a phone number, because maybe this person have helped you from getting robbed, maybe it's a female, maybe she called someone to get you helped, maybe take you hospital, and then you build a very complex emotions and genuine connection with that person. So five, personal growth, opportunities for self-improvement and learning. Personal growth, the way that I would like to explain it or give you an example of it is, I can say that in a fitness, you quite maybe it's your first time, you haven't even done exercises before, you want to do push-ups, you want to look sexy, you want an Instagram best picture of yourself. Maybe you doing 5 push-ups a day, and then next day you do 10 push-ups, and then the other day you do 15 push-ups. More numbers that you add for yourself is quite your self-improvement. Or maybe mentally you've went into very distracting emotion for yourself, maybe pornography, and then now you want to stop pornography, and then you have a private DNS for yourself, you lock yourself from that. It quite give you one of the most peaceful self for yourself. And then you quite, maybe you change yourself, you're quite doing push-ups right now, you're doing burpees, you're quite comfortable with these workouts that you're quite going through. Fantasy life escapism provides a temporary escape from the stress of reality. You quite escape the stress that you're actually going through. You quite give yourself one of the most beautiful self of yourself from the stress that you actually have. You quite talk about yourself positively. Oh man, I have a million. Maybe I can actually give you an example of a rappers who have millions, kids, selling their soul, getting millions, they're rich, they have kids, they have house, one of the most beautiful houses in this world that I've ever seen. So we quite escape the reality of we are broke, we don't have money, we can afford this. There's quite things that you cannot afford in your life. So creative freedom, unlimited possibilities and imaginations, unlimited possibilities, unlimited freedom for yourself from the freedom that you actually have for yourself. You have created the freedom. You have freedom, but you quite complex. You create another freedom for yourself. You want to be happy. You want to have millions. You don't want to take care of your family anymore. You have escaped the problem of saying, oh, now I have a family. I want to have a Lamborghini because someone has a Lamborghini, so I want to look beautiful. I want these type of clothes for yourself. You quite create something that is very impressive for yourself and creating an image of how you want to look as yourself. 3, idealize often portrays an idealized, romanticized version of yourself. You quite give yourself one of the most impossible beauty for yourself, post it on Instagram, and then you get 1,000 to 1,000,000 followers, you get into 1,000 million likes, you get those attention from these people, knowing that in reality you don't even have all of those things. You're quite struggling, but because you have to be on Instagram, you have to look like, okay, I have a car right now, you know. 4 and 5, simplified complex issues can be oversimplified or resolved easily. Simplified problems, as I said, you have money. Now you can cover that thing with just a small amount of money. Maybe you have a problem, maybe you have whatever problem that you have, but you can quite cover it in a very small amount of time. Entertainment, primarily intended for entertainment and leisure. Please subscribe, turn notifications on so you never miss any of the video that I post every single day. Peace.